Four ums, I call them, to recruiting. Ums, E-M. Number one, you have to evaluate them. Number two, you got to recruit them. Number three, you got to keep them. And number four, you got to develop them. And that's what recruiting is all about. I get so sick and tired of reading all these people say, oh, he's got 5 stars, and we only got 2 stars, and this guy's got 3 stars. And I'll guarantee you, a lot of those names I just read to you were 1, 2, no star guys. You can go on and on and on. That, because you're a 5-star, there's no guarantee that you're going to be a great player. No. The secret to recruiting is getting good people. They come in there, they're willing to go to work, that are selfish, and willing to sacrifice themselves for the good of the team. And that's the secret to recruiting. Getting people like that and getting them to play as a team. So think about it. What do those guys have in common? Finland, Verstrady, Drew, Williams, Atkinson, Span, Cieslak. And there's more, but I just picked those 8. Anybody have any idea? Anybody? Raise your hand. They all what? Greg? They were all walk-ons. All walk-ons. And had great careers here and were great players. You know, a lot of our other players, you talk about walk-ons, we had a lot of our other players that had one offer. Mike Turner was recruited by NIU. That was it. Garrett Wolf had one offer, NIU. Dougie Free. I got to tell that. You probably heard me tell this story. I've told it too many times. My wife frowns every time I mention Doug Free. Doug Free was a big offensive tackle from Manitowoc up in Wisconsin, up on the lake. I still remember the high school. And we went in there, and Doug was 6'6" and about 240, and he was a high school tight end, and a good one, good player. Nice frame, not real heavy yet, but a nice big frame on him. And I remember talking to him in the hall, looking up at Doug, which I liked. I like to look up at the recruits I had. I looked up and I said, Doug, you'd like to have you in Northern Illinois? I think you're going to be a great offensive tackle for us. He looked at me, and I'll never forget this. I swear, his eyeballs started to spin. He said, Coach, I'm a tight end. I said, Doug, you are, but I think you're going to grow and be an offensive tackle someday. He said, Coach, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. I said, Doug, you know what? If you don't, then you're going to be a heck of a tight end at Northern Illinois. That's all. So let's give it a try. Have some faith. If it doesn't work out, you're going to play. You're good. But I think you're going to get big. He says, Coach, I don't have another offer. I'll gladly do it. Let's go. He came down there when he graduated. He was 6'6", 315 pounds. He was a 4th-round draft pick by the Cowboys, and he's now in his 11th year as an offensive tackle in the NFL. So that's what happens in recruiting. You just don't know sometimes what's going to happen.